we're going to do an exercise which is called an exercise for deliberate diaphragmatic breathing, that being the breath down here in the diaphragm. So this goes as follows. You can do it slower, you can also do it faster. Thank you. Register transition exercise to vo. Vo, vo, vo. One more time. Vo, 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 vo. What's important with this is not to force that top note. You mustn't go, oh. The whole point of the register transition is to allow the voice to just naturally flip over. And what scares people is that when it does this, it can sound very small in the head. So you think, oh, I need to push that a bit. I need to make that louder. I need to force it. And actually, that's not the case at all. That small sound in your head is actually a sound that will project further than forcing. So an example, oh, just nice, natural and easy. Oh, see, it goes flat and out of tune when I'm forcing it. I don't want that to happen. Just so, vo, 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 That's already a top A flat. Now sopranos, you can keep going up. Altos, mezzos, you can work your way down again. A resonance exercise. It starts on N, as in November, and then goes to O, like this. No. So we're having the N very forwards, and then when we go to O, we want to keep that same resonant position in the front here. Sorry, I have a cough. No. 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 can change this to as in sing, or keep going up or keep going down according to your voice. Resonance exercise. Now this is fun because you need to try and remember the words. Na, men, nen, nen. Say that again. Na, men, nen, nen. Go like this. Na, men, nen, nen. You can hear I'm really making the n's vibrate. I'm singing through those n's. So again. Na, men, nen, nen. 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 It feels strange. I feel as though there's just this sound right here. And with this exercise, you actually don't want to go too high because you'll find as you go quite high, you can start to feel a bit of tension. And we don't ever want to feel tension, especially around here. Okay, so for me, that was an E flat. And I started to feel, okay, I need to stop now. I could go higher and I could force it, but I don't want to force it. I just want to really get that lovely resonant sound on my n and m. So, na, men, nen, nen. There you go. Exercise for loosening and activating the lips. This is a fun one. It's tip, 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 as if we're thinking of the tip of our tongue, which must always be forwards. And you have to be careful with this exercise because it can result in jaw tension. So as much as we're activating and loosening the lips, we do not want to start going like this, any stress or strain. We want to make sure that this is very relaxed here. So the exercise is as follows. Ready? Tip, 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 tip. Tip, 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 tip. Tip, 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 tip. Tip, 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 tip. Tip, 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 tip. Tip, 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 tip. Tip, 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 tip. Tip, 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 tip. Tip, 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 tip. Tip, 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 tip. Tip, 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 tip. Tip, 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 tip. Tip, 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 tip. Tip, 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 tip. Yes, that's one that really is harder than it sounds, this tip, 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 because of course you cannot create a big sound on tip, tip, tip. So of course, when you're going higher, you need to start using your diaphragm for support rather than trying to force the sound or hold it with the jaw, which you just can't do with tip, tip, tip when you've got to, well, you can, but it's not a good idea. You will very quickly feel tension. And if you feel that tension, then you know you need to get a nice deep breath and get onto that diaphragmatic support. following exercise works on training the ear to listen and intervals, thinking of intervals and really getting them in tune. To do this, sometimes we really need to think in advance before we do the interval to have an idea in our head of where we're going. Okay, sounds like I'm talking a lot. I'll show you the exercise, then you'll understand. So, na, 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 na. Okay, so we're going to have a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and the octave. So we want to do this quite slowly so we really are in tune. With time you can speed up, but I can assure you that some of these intervals, especially the seventh, you really have to think about your tuning. So here we go. Na, 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 na. I started speeding up a bit, but you get the idea. You really have to think of those intervals, and sometimes it's good to just choose one that we have difficulties with. So let's just say the seventh. Na, na, and just na, 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 na. Oh, see, even just doing that, I went slightly out of tune. So I need to try again. Na, 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 na. Really have to think and listen to that interval. Also a fifth sometimes can be difficult. It looks easy on paper and then it goes wrong. So again, na, 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 na. So what's happening there? I'm having to think about the lower note. It's actually this note that wants to go down and go flat. So it's good if you have a keyboard or even just the keyboard on your phone to do this a few times with the keyboard. So na, 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 then do it without. And record yourself if you can and listen back and see if either your upper or lower note is going out of tune. So na, 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 na. Oh, you see that? Did you hear that? That G, I think my last one was actually a bit sharp. Na, 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 na. Ah, I got it that time. Woo! Okay, excellent. So you can have a lot of fun working on intervals and really slow down, take your time, because if you put in that hard work now and do it slowly, let the muscle memory do its work, then it makes everything easier in the future, rather than in the future having to come back and spend hours correcting some bad technique. Okay?